Once again, a very good evening and a very good morning from wherever you're listening in from. We appreciate you for keeping time to be present in this meeting. We would like to take this moment to appreciate all those who are on platform right now, with an outstanding recognition of our country manager, Professor Umar Kasule. With me today is a very intellectual and affluent gentleman who is going to be bringing on board what we are here to have as a common interest. He is a lecturer with a PhD in finance, with a background of academics. That, as I was saying, he's a well-studied gentleman with a PhD in finance. And I believe that what he's going to share will be beneficial to all of us. I'm kindly requesting that we extend this time to him and pick something from what he's going to be sharing with us tonight. Okay, please kindly allow me extend the pleasure to invite Mr. Ashraf Megade. Mr. Ashraf Megade, I pass the mic to you.
Thank you very much. Let me know if my voice is quite clear and I can be heard by everyone.
Yes, please, your voice is clear. Please continue.
And also, let me know if the screen I'm sharing is also coming through. I'm not sure.
Yes, your screen is visible. Please proceed.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Sister Hamna, for the introduction. I'm glad to be here once again, presenting and talk about CashTelex, blockchain, and wealth distribution. As you've already introduced, my name is Ashraf Megade. The journey of acquiring the PhD, the journey is still ongoing, just to correct. And yes, it is in the area of finance. I once again thank you all participants for joining in for this wonderful session about CashTelex and how we would like to ensure that at least the wealth we accumulate within CashTelex is distributed equally and justly. To begin with, we re-echo this message about the blockchain and the CIA triad. We are basically presenting the CashTelex ecosystem as one innovation, one solution that has been developed and designed under the three letters CIA. We are building CashTelex and we are presenting it under the premise and under the promise that whatever transactions and whatever wealth, whatever incomes, whatever assets that we hold within the CashTelex ecosystem are confidential. I have an account with CashTelex. It means whatever I hold in my account is going to be confidential. Why? I have access and no one else has the access to my account. Integrity has been embedded within the DNA of the blockchain system. Why? Because all transactions that are conducted are made sure that they are protected and built in such a way that no one can tamper with them. So if I had some trust issues with the current banking systems, with the blockchain technology, I'm guaranteed that whatever I want to do, if I want to transact, the safety of my wealth and assets are guaranteed because of the high levels of integrity. When we talk about availability, it comes back to the access to my finances, my assets, and everything that I hold on the blockchain ecosystem. CashTelex has been built to ensure that, yes, all of what we use in terms of our wealth within the CashTelex ecosystem can be available to us anywhere, anytime. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we go ahead and display and also try to re-echo the message about tokenization. How does blockchain work? Ideally, blockchain works in a way that all of the assets that hold are tokenized. In other words, these are broken down into smaller portions, which are converted into what we call assets or tokens. So we basically have a digital representation of whatever we have in forms of assets that are kept within the CashTelex ecosystem. So this can be divided into smaller units. For example, $1, if at all the net worth of these assets is 100 million. So we have quite a lot of assets. For example, you have 10 million, you have 100 million, and these can be broken down into tradable small units called tokens. So no wonder you can keep on hearing the word, CTLX. You can keep on hearing the word coins. You can keep on hearing the word tokens simply because this is the way the blockchain ecosystem works entirely. When I go now to define what CashTelex is as an innovation, we are calling ourselves a global financial institution, which has been designed and of course built and broken down into 110 million shares. These are now tokenized as we've seen the concept of tokenization. The units, the CTLX units, the CTLX tokens, the CTLX shares are 110 million. So we are saying that this is the net worth. This is the entire value of the CashTelex, and we're calling it the Pan-African Financial Firm, a financial institution that uses the blockchain that we've explained through the CIA triad, that we've explained through tokenization, this technology, but we are advancing it in order to enable it or equip it to distribute wealth to the public for the purposes of only uplifting or sustaining livelihoods of the shareholders. These, at the moment, can be only bought by Africans in this phase. Why are we re-echoing that this is a Pan-African financial firm? We all know Africa is grappling with quite a number of challenges related to sustainable development, and part of these are what we call the social livelihoods. A lot of people all over the African continent, and of course with developing countries worldwide, grappling with the question, with the problem, the challenge of poverty. People are surviving by the people are looking for daily income. People are looking for daily bread. And we want to have this cash ecosystem as one which is targeting. Why? Because yes, this is where we find the least developed countries, the developing countries that are suffering a lot of sustainability challenges. What is the task at hand with CashTelex being developed on the blockchain system using blockchain technology with the 110 million shares? We have two core tasks at hand within the CashTelex ecosystem. And number one, we're looking forward to acquiring over 1 million African households that can at least get a guarantee of earning close to $10 in passive income on a daily basis. As I re-echo where I'm coming from, very many people that are flocking into the towns and into the urban centers on a daily basis are looking for what they want to eat, what they would like to eat on a daily basis. Such a situation makes and renders people survive by daily bread. There is no effort in trying to save, keeping their assets, keeping their monies and their wealth so that they can grow and grow and grow. In other words, what they earn is what they consume. If CashTelex now considers these Africans, these low-income earners, and then provides such a platform, it means we are guaranteed of where our daily bread is going to be coming from with the 1 million African households. Task number two, as we ensure that people have now acquired, the 1 million African households have now acquired, and they are earning this $10 in daily passive income, we now move on to the next phase of providing access to decent food. We understand the right to food is, of course, part of the universal or the sustainable development goals: clothing, shelter, accommodation, and health insurance. At this moment, these are the tasks that we are embarking on as CashTelex. And what we would like to know is that, okay, if CashTelex is a Pan-African financial institution, and if I have my money converted into CTLX, if I have my US dollars, if I have my euros, if I have my pounds, if I have my naira, if I have my Uganda shillings, if I have my Kenya shillings, how do I have this money into the CashTelex ecosystem? Yes, as I deposit my money in my bank account, I can easily convert this money into CashTelex because it is backed by assets. And this ecosystem has been designed to make revenue for us. Everyone who owns CTLX is a shareholder, and by being a shareholder, they are earning quite some revenue from within the ecosystem. And how does the ecosystem make money? Someone is asking, okay, now I have my CTLX, yes, into my account. But how am I going to get the profit? How am I going to get money out of it? We say that number one, through the digital banking services that are built within the CashTelex platform is number one. Normally, on the exchange platform, we have people coming on to either buy and sell. Because of the different reasons why people like to get and buy CTLX or even sell it, this is the same thing that happens when you go to a market. What happens when you go to a market? You're basically going with cash and coming out with things. But at the same time, there is someone there waiting for you to come and buy. So we have an interplay of sellers and buyers in this exchange. You have a CTLX and someone else wants it, and then the demand supply happens within the platform. This is a lot of money. The only way I can make it as easy for you to understand is when you go into a Forex bureau. Someone has their dollars and they would like to exchange these with, for example, Naira. They would like to exchange these, for example, with the dollar. And all of the margins, all of the profits that are made on these small transactions that are running within the Forex Bureau that you know locally on Kampala Road or elsewhere are the same profits that are being made on these banking services. The so-called bank charges, the so-called transfer charges, and so on and so forth. We also have what we call the global money services, mobile money services, number two, which are also an important way of moving money across the globe. This is enabled by the wallet, the CashTelex mobile wallet, which of course you can move money across the globe. Today, we understand that moving money is not free. When you want to transfer money from one area to another, there is a charge. When you want to send money across borders, there is a charge. We are saying that CashTelex is now offering this security or this secure mobile wallet to enable remittances. And as I talk about remittances, I basically talk about the Western unions of today, the MoneyGrams of today, that are helping people move money from one place to another. This is the second way in which revenues are coming or revenues are generated within the ecosystem. Number three is the real estate. We have what we call the CashTelex cities. So the core foundation upon which CashTelex has been built is the asset backing, having a digital currency that is of course safe from volatilities, safe from fluctuations, safe from losing any values. In other words, I keep my money within the CTLX ecosystem and then it is backed by real assets. And then when I talk about real assets, we now talk about real CashTelex cities that have been designed, conceptualized, and are now ready to be developed, are real sources of revenues that are tangible, that can be seen by shareholders, can be seen by people that, yeah, this is what we went into, this is where we invested our money, and this is where our revenues are going to come from. Number four are the gold stores. Where is the revenue coming from? The CashTelex ecosystem. When you talk about an asset currency, an asset-backed digital bank, we're calling it something, an institution backed by gold. In other words, gold is the real value upon which all currencies used to thrive. So the value embedded within gold is where now we derive the real, money, until when, of course, now paper money or fiat money now has lost value. Today, we're saying that the Telex ecosystem is and is designed to generate revenue through gold trade, through gold stores, which are going to be situated in all countries of operation. When we also talk about number five, we talk about the e-commerce platforms, whereby the CashTelex Go is another innovation, part of the CashTelex ecosystem, which is going to enable what we call e-commerce. In other words, ordering, buying, and selling of stuff or via mobile platforms. Next of the genius of today, the Amazons of today, and the eBays of today. But this is now being powered by blockchain. With the other confidentiality, integrity, and also availability features of blockchain, we are going to be taking over the market. Why would you invest in CashTelex? In other words, what are the benefits you are bound to get when you invest in CashTelex? Number one, we are guaranteed of daily dividends, whereby whatever is needed whatever is needed to sustain the ecosystem to run could be, say, at 20%. And then the 80% of the profit is now distributed among shareholders. How does this work? Someone basically invests their money in the CashTelex and with the CashTelex ecosystem, and then they become shareholders. So whatever sources of revenues that we have discussed in the previous slide, you get to realize that this money that is coming, from your investments, and then this revenue is now being, distributed across all shareholders. Number two, there is also an opportunity for us to even get up to 40% of discounts when we buy items using CashTelex Go, using CTLX. So in other words, as you want to buy something using any other mobile or e-commerce platforms, you're going to be treated as an outsider. But now within the CTLX ecosystem, and you hold CashTelex coins, it means you are bound for a 40% discount. Number three, we are guaranteed that we are going to have secure money remittances across the world, across the globe 24/7. People that are sending money, people that are remitting money are guaranteed about the security of their transactions, where my money is coming from and where it is going. Even getting to the final destination, is it getting to the real user in just seconds? Then number three, we are guaranteed of 24/7 trading of CTLX and other currencies as well. When we talk about what drives our value in order to grow as CashTelex, we talk about only 5 issues. Number one, we're backed by assets. And when we talk about assets, as I've explained earlier, we're basically talking about gold and real estate. Number two, we have limited quantity. And as I've said earlier, that the quantity and the value of CashTelex is $110 million. And this means that with this limited quantity, we are bound to witness increasing demand for the CTLX awareness as the immense use of the CTLX exchange increases subsequently. The third driver is the usability. In other words, the utility component of the CashTelex Go. We have a lot of users within the CashTelex ecosystem using the CashTelex Go. It means this is now generating more revenue. In other words, people are adhering to the CashTelex Go platform. Why? Because of its blockchain features. And then the other fourth of the CTLX value growth is, of course, sorry about that. It's because we are trading, because on the CashTelex exchange, we're basically trading within the CTLX, currency. So when we come into the CashTelex exchange or the CashTelex exchange platform, the main currency is CTLX. But of course, there are ways for us to pair CTLX with all other currencies. This is now where people realize that, yes, my CTLX is growing in value exponentially. Why? Because now I remember I invested $20, converted into CTLX. After a certain time, I'm seeing that the $20 does not increase in value, but my CTLX has increased in value because of the other activities that we've mentioned. This then leads to increasing growth, of course, in value of the CTLX. And then number 5, which is, of course, very important, is the growth, the drastic increasing growth of the CashTelex community. What does it mean? As the awareness is created, as we go ahead and present, as we conduct these presentations, and of course, re-echo the same message over and over, we want you to be able to understand what you're into. We want you to be able to know that this is what CashTelex entails. We want you to understand that, yes, with the growth of my knowledge, I help others grow, and in the due process, I help build the CashTelex community. Once the CashTelex community grows, means the CTLX value of my investment is growing as well. So when I look at when I first invested in CashTelex, for example, in the year 2018, it's now 5 years down the road, you're going to find yourself that, yeah, you've For example, it began with 1,000 CTLX of worth of 5,000 US dollars at a USD GX exchange rate of 3,700, and of course with the total amount of 18 million shillings. So you're saying that because of the value drivers of the CTLX coin, as these grow and grow and grow exponentially, you can never be the same. So the growth of the money, the growth of what you have, it's the same amount of money, but it keeps on growing because of what we have seen in the drivers before. So we are now saying you are indeed one part of the community that we are looking to talk to. We are encouraging the community to be able to come, attend these sessions and understand what CashTelex is. Why? Because we are looking for an avenue for you to be able to gain income, which is daily on the profit sharing concept. Grow the value of your investments. You have money that is, of course, kept in a commercial bank, which is being, of course, treated with other issues with interest, reduction in value, whereby the bank invests your money and, of course, you get something small about it or even nothing. You have now an opportunity to grow the value of your CTLX. The discounts we've talked about, the medical insurance, and of course the instant global remittances, of course, and the gold share, as well as the CashTelex exchange. As we finalize, we need to know that the CashTelex is the first Africa's asset-backed blockchain ecosystem. Number two, CashTelex is the first Africa's blockchain ecosystem with a profit-sharing model. Number three, it is the first asset-backed digital currency to be used on an e-commerce platform. Number four, we are the first digital asset to be backed by both real estate and gold. And we are also, number five, the first blockchain ecosystem having such a rich financial ecosystem. As we have seen the various modes through which we can make revenue, this is where you can only find real business within the CashTelex ecosystem. So ladies and gentlemen, there could be some new people that are joining this presentation for the first time, and you're wondering, how can I really be part of this great innovation? Yes, the requirements are simple. Number one, I only need to have my national identification, need to have an email address, probably an internet gadget, smartphone, or tablet, or computer. And of course, an investment you can, of course, start from as low as $60. This is where we encourage people that can grab this to begin there and then. When we try to also have a larger picture of where we would like to go, yes, we envision the following stages, or what we call a roadmap of CashTelex in the next 12 months. Yes, we are looking at the closure of the CashTelex cities reservation. As some of you know that the Ugandan version, the Ugandan chapter has already reserved its CashTelex cities reservations in real estate. And then number two, we want to increase what we call more trading volume in our exchange. That is why we always organize trainings that are meant to be able to increase awareness and the capacity of you, CashTelex holders, CashTelex investors, those that have CashTelex coins within their accounts, to know how can we really trade, how can we really buy, learn when to buy and learn when to sell. In so doing, we also envisage moving on to step number three, which could be, of course, the starting of the construction of the CashTelex cities, the launch of the gold shops, rolling out of the CashTelex Go, and of course, launching remittances. These are real, tangible solutions, dimensions that have been built within the CashTelex system and which make us unique. And this makes you want to join us. And once again, thank you for your attention. I would like to advise you to go and visit our, of course, CashTelex website at cashtelex.com. And of course, you can download the app, the CashTelex Asset Backs Exchange, and then you can look at it, install the app, and then visit our offices as well. I'm based in Uganda, and of course, our offices are at Nur Emporium in Mengo Hill Road. There are always some full-time staff that are always ready to help all the working clients, check with their accounts, solve their problems, and of course, offer some technical support. Thank you very much. And of course, our numbers are here, WhatsApp, the Telegram. Thank you very much for your attention tonight. My name is Ashraf Migede, and I'm glad to have been today's presenter. Thank you very much, and I'll now to hand the microphone back to my host. No.
Thank you very much, Ashraf Migade. That was a very enlightening session. And the time's up. So I would like to sign this off with a prayer that God sees us through this gradual process. Let's be patient, let's be hopeful, and let's buy as many shares as possible before stock runs out. Thank you very much. Have a good night.